Welcome back everyone to episode 12 of Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold in the multiplayer play-by-email series. Last episode, my opponent, the enemy army, conducted a fighting retreat, a really good one too. So if I could do play, but I'm going to go ahead and just march forward at my own speed here. There's a lot of troop movement, but it's not really important until we get to his attack. So he did the typical artillery bombardment. He moves some forces around. We're going to find his old defensive line was here, right? He was trying to man the entire front from the hills to the forest. We were starting to push that back, but he still had a reasonably solid line there. But this is the big changer. So we lost about 130 infantry, and he lost, I think, 10, so this is it. 13-1 odds, not good, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm still way ahead on infantry casualties. Not that that's a number you don't protect once you're ahead, you try to snowball it into more of an advantage, but anyways, the important thing is he killed 2 of my light tanks, which takes away the advantage I had earned last turn by killing 2 of his. I think it was it 4-2 in last turn, or I don't remember, but I remember that he did come out 2 tanks down, and now he made up for that by putting me 2 tanks down. So he didn't lose any tanks. He attacked with 11 from 3 sides, killed a lot of my infantry, which is less important, but the more important thing is he killed those light tanks. Now, the interesting thing is this put him at a position where I had fallen back, and he could have decided to reinforce the line or whatever, but he made a really interesting decision. And I think it was a good one. Like, when I was trying to plan what I should do this turn, this strategy kind of baffled me for a bit. At this point, he pulls all his forces back. So his new fighting line, we can see, is now something like this. And it'll continue to develop here. He pulls back from this hill even. Now, this is still a hill right here, but this is not. So he just conceded 1 hill. I'm not sure if that was worth it or not, but I guess it was unlikely he was going to hold that 1 hill because I had forces on 2 sides and I could get him on 3 sides. Maybe he was worried about me surrounding because this is open plains down here. Anyway, so the rest of it is just artillery bombardment, and he shifts a lot of forces around. We'll just play it from here. Move, move, move. And that's it. So this is the situation as it stands now. You can see that we were here, but he pushed us back. And then he fell back to this defensive line. I'm going to take a drink real fast. 1 sec. So I don't know if he was going to plan to do something in the south. There is this pushed up front. And we know that he also has some kind of unit probably here, because it's, the scouts report there's been movement down there, basically. Now, as far as what I think I can do on this turn, in the middle, I believe that we should just continue our slow push. The grand strategy remains and has always been get to any city I can. Soligen and Landsberg are really the 2 main options. I started to kind of divert some infantry to possibly thinking about an alternative, maybe heading north, and if they head in the south, I think it's smart for me to counterattack in the north. I also have some forces that I'm accruing in the south, just as a precautionary measure. But I would say if he ends up falling back in the south, if this is nothing, I really should just scout this out. So what I'm going to do is move this engineer down to Kazimov, and I'm going to start building a road out. I'm not going to build the road any further than this, but what this is going to do is, if we look at the supply, we're currently, at 70. So that means we would be out of supply by moving there, but now we can actually move there. And I don't really care about this unit. I'm more interested in seeing, okay, there's a guard unit here. Would I have known that was there? I don't know. Okay, it's going to cost all 70 if I want to move there, but it only costs 20 if I move here. I really want to see what this unit is down here. So we're going to kind of patrol along the front. I might even pull another jeep down here. Or, hey, let's move this infantry forward. Okay, yeah, let's just move him more. We'll get him to move forward so I have a little more advanced scouting, and that should be, he'll be a defensive fallback for my Jeep as well. But I don't think we're going to risk moving forward. Okay, technically they don't have a unit here, so I could move there, but I think that puts me out of supply. It does. So what we'll do is just fall back for now, back to this, well, our original position was here, I think, right? So we'll just fall back to that. They'll continue to scout for another turn. Yeah, we'll just push this infantry up. I want to see what they have down here. Maybe it's time for me to go on a small counteroffensive, but what I was talking about is the main objective. The main objective is, and as always remains, just this solid push through the middle to Solingen, with the backup option, if the opportunity presents itself, to push into Landsberg. That doesn't look very likely because he has two very strong tank units in the north, and because those are tied up there, it's to my advantage. I mean, those are 8 tanks, or maybe 9. I think it's 8 though. 8 tanks that he doesn't have in the south if I push here. You know, he'll bring them down if I start making real gains down here, but since I'm not, he can leave them up there. So we really want to make him continue with that really tough decision of where to divert your forces. We'll keep using that to our advantage. So what will I actually do on this turn? I'm going to attack this unit because it's a little bit weak with just 2 light tanks. I hope to knock those both out. And then I want to really heavily fortify up whatever hexes, whatever positions I decide to keep. I personally was also thinking about doing just an attack back and then forth, fall back afterwards. However, I don't see the advantage really. At this point, we should be trying to push up so that we can get artillery into this hex safely, so we can start bombarding Solingen. That's, I think, what's going to start snowballing me into the lead, and hopefully help us take out, eventually capture Solingen. Even though it won't do much for us, it's better. It's more important to take it away from him than it is for us to have ourselves. All right, I think we will also attack in the south, maybe this hex, because I have these, the green headquarters, the southern headquarters has these forces. They're not really doing anything, so I'm going to give them some combat experience just by attacking here. Because if I remember correctly, I don't remember the math exactly now, but I think when this artillery attacks, there might even be one left. One of these 4 is left that will have some, according to my calculations at least, should still be able to attack here. And that'll put some pressure on these artillery, which one of these 2 artillery, which was not here, came from this hex here. So he moved one like this. So he's fortifying this area, and I don't know why. It seems like, okay, there's 2 things we could do. I guess the more important thing, instead of pushing these forces back, would be to leave these forces here and try to cut them off. But I didn't think about doing that until right now, so I'll probably just stick with my initial plan of just pushing these guys back. And they can move pretty far too. It'd be really hard to cut them off. We'd have to drive all the way through here and onward, and moving through enemy territory just slows you down a lot. So let's get to the main attack, because I know that's what I want to do. I'm going to move this tank forward. He'll be part of the attack. I have a lot of options here. Unfortunately, these guys don't have so many action points, so this is also part of the reason why I think we'll have to push our line forward, because I don't see an alternative. Basically, we can't attack and then retreat as far back as I'd like to, because the units that I want to attack with, they're not organized enough right now to be able to attack forward and then have enough organization, leadership, whatever action points are meant to, whatever the abstracted concept is here. Whatever that abstracted concept is, they're not going to have enough of it to move back. So, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, we do the attack, we're going to be at 160. This is 40, 40, 40, and I wanted one more, I think. Maybe one of these was 40? Yeah, probably. Yeah, so let's do it this way. 40. Yeah, 90, so 40. That should be an attack from, yeah, 159. I don't know, I think that's what I wanted. Okay, now what we have to do is start bombarding this unit. It's nice that I have like the entire artillery almost my entire artillery force is in this reserve hex here. So I can really pick and choose whichever ones I want. We'll just take some of the better ones. Might as well just take the best. So here's one. And we have 124. So let's do these two first because this is below the attack stack limit. Check attack. And we'll do one more follow-up after that, even though it'll be a little overkill. So we really didn't do that much damage. That's a little upsetting that I didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought I was going to do. But that's okay. Do one more. Mainly I was hoping the tanks would be hit, but I didn't see any. Oh, we got one hit. Finally got one hit on a tank. That's probably all we needed. Because the goal is here, I want to eliminate both of these units. Okay, there's 3 actually. I want to eliminate all 3 of these tanks. Or at least, at the very least, I want to eliminate 2 without taking casualties. But hopefully all 3. That's the dream. I don't think there's anything else we can do, so we'll just do our attack now. Okay, let's go. No tanks, no tanks. No, oh, we killed all 3 and we didn't lose a tank. Okay, this is perfect. This is the ideal. Especially because it seems like things typically swing in groups of 2 tanks. Getting a 3 tank kill, I think, is a chance for us to possibly gain an advantage in the war of attrition. Now, what I was talking about is we want to reinforce these hexes pretty solidly. So I'm going to make sure that I have, I'm sure I do, enough tanks to support each one of these hexes. So we have 2 supporting here. That's still going to be a pretty solid group of 5, which is good. And this one's especially not invulnerable, but less vulnerable, because it can only be attacked from 1 hex anyway. This one here is potentially very vulnerable, so maybe I won't even move into that one yet. On the next turn, what we're going to want to do is obviously take out this one in the open. Okay, actually, he doesn't have a tank in here right now. He has a tank here. No tank. I don't know what's all in here. If there's... these might actually be empty, but I'm just 100% sure Sologin is not empty itself. Really should get these jeeps to start doing something, right? Let's see how far this jeep can move on this turn. That would be all 100. This would be 85, which means he won't be able to move back. But it's only 55 to move here. It'd be 90 to move here, and then he could still move back. That doesn't seem so bad. But it probably won't give us very much scouting information. Huh. Still, it might be the best bet. Actually, he can't even move back if he moves here because zone of control stuff. So let's just move here. Whoops. No, we don't want to move there. We want to move here. It didn't really help. Okay, well. We'll leave him there for now. Not sure where he'll go in the end, but scouting was not successful. We're obviously going to want to move some forces into our new hex here. They have a lot of artillery here, which is just being absorbed by my rifleman group here, but maybe I should even try to take these guys off of being divisions so that they're not reinforced, because they're just getting pounded into dust by the artillery. Okay, so I think we'll just move 1 machine gun group forward here. Yeah, we'll want to move at least 1. Don't I have any riflemen who are available? Any active service riflemen? Here we go. Here's 1. It's a little bit low, but we're going to use it. It is technically a possible option to attack this group this turn, but I don't think there's just no hope of surviving that attack. Plus, we're still taking a penalty for we're still attacking across the stream, which is difficult. So let's move this armored car a little bit more out of the way, because this is one of the places that their artillery is focusing on. These 2 hexes are just getting smothered in artillery fire. Now he does have artillery here. He's going to have to move that back because that's vulnerable to my attack next turn. Unless he risks, just he doesn't care and he risks it anyway. I don't think so though. Alright. So that was the main thing I wanted to do actually. We're already kind of done with the main action. Let's see what happens over here. I think what I want to do is I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to move this, start moving these artillery west to get them into the main area of fire. But for now, I actually want to do artillery bombardment here. Well, not much was accomplished, but that was only one artillery piece, so it lowered entrenchment readiness. That's really just prepping them for the main barrage, which is coming next from one of these guys. I'm going to move one of them west, I think here. So let's barrage with this one then. And then we'll do a final artillery barrage with the one I just moved. Yeah, we're getting very effective fire now. Another 8 killed, but on top of that, everyone else is losing their ability to entrench and becoming very disorganized. Another good artillery. Well, this one's really putting work in. 7 more dead, and their readiness is down to like 5, entrenchment 5. So that makes that even though they're in this hill, this low mountain territory, if we're attacking with machine guns or with regular infantry who don't suffer a penalty in that terrain, we're really fighting as if they are on flat ground. So let's see who we want to attack with that. Like, the thing I really did want to do is give... Yeah. We'll probably attack with one machine gunner up here. This one... I guess this one because it's in purpose. So I'll do that, and then we'll just attack with as much infantry as we can over here. Let's get these guys as well, though. Oh, that's actually 90. We could... Can these guys also attack? No, because they're a little bit... So, well, we'll just do this. Yeah, we'll just bring everyone then. It doesn't matter. A little bit overkill. And a really successful engagement. Okay, so we lost 3 machine guns, I think. That's not great, but 13 for killing 27 is good. Plus, somewhat importantly, we did take the high ground here. That's no small measure. And look at these infantry are really caught out now, too. If I had the ability, this would be a really lovely time to do a follow-up attack. Unfortunately, I don't think any of these guys are capable of doing that. Probably none of my people are capable of doing that. And good, they're still, I mean, they're being supplied all the way around this very lengthy process to resupply them, but as long as they're in resupply range, I'm happy. We might even want to push some of these infantry forward, but okay, so we'll do this. So that means that 71, 96. So he could move one more forward. Okay, let's do that. The reason I'm going to do this is going to put pressure here. Good, he's still in. Good, still in supply. All I did was sacrifice a position on a mountain range that I'm not expecting to defend, and we'll have some extra forces coming soon. So you know what? I'm actually going to cross another one. That'll be a fallback buddy. Maybe it's kind of crazy, but I don't want to get too crazy. Don't want everyone to leave their defensive positions, but I think that that's okay. We know that no counterattack is going to be able to reach these hills immediately. The reason I did this is just to pin these guys down when they're trying to move out of this area, just to make it more difficult for these units to retreat. So, you know, the way I abstract the zone of control is that they're taking like suppressive fire when they're moving. I guess it never connects because you never do damage, but it still forces the enemy to retreat slower, which means that hopefully they won't be able to make it as far on their turn they retreat, which would be the next turn, I suppose. And that means we'll be able to do another follow-up attack sooner. So, good for us. Very good. Those are the 2 attacks I envision myself doing. We're definitely going to occupy this hex. I kind of want to get the blue people back with the blue group. You know, these guys, we wanted to engage the headquarters that were here, that are now over here. I don't think it's going to be possible to really engage this armored unit. Yeah, especially if this guy can't do it. I don't think anybody's really capable of doing it. So the only people who could engage this, which is probably is actually a full strength one. Let's move this unit over and see what they see. It's actually only 3 standard light tanks. Okay, that is interesting. Can I get any kind of bombardment on it? Probably not. Takes 55 to move here. I think I'm still going to move here with these guys, and we're going to go ahead and bombard. This is a good question. We could try to bombard here, but that's not going to be... Actually, that's not a bad idea. If we can stop these guys from being able to retreat, how would they retreat? We have kind of squeezed their lines. Their only path of retreating that isn't suppressed is going to be here. We control here and here, so they're going to have to squeeze out this way. But I don't think it's so difficult for them to fall back. That's a really interesting question. We have so many valuable targets. This is low mountain, so we probably won't attack here. This is open plains, which makes it a good choice. But then at the same time, if we want to try to eliminate their artillery, this is also another good opportunity to do that. I don't think it's artillery which in the end is going to win the war, but it certainly can slow down or speed things up. Tanks probably are going to win the war. That's my big guess. Well, I can sit here and ho-hum for, as long as I like, but let me just out loud vocalize what I'm trying to decide here. What is the effect of bombarding a tank versus bombarding the artillery this turn if I can't do any kind of follow-up attack? Or if I do a bombardment here and it happens to severely hit these tanks, yeah, let's do it here, because if I happen to get really lucky, now this is only two artillery who spent part of their turn moving into position, so they don't have that much time to bombard this area. But if we get lucky and we can actually hit these tanks a little bit, I'm in a good position to follow up an attack, which will really put the squeeze on this whole area. So we'll definitely do that. Had to think it through. It doesn't look like we really did anything to the tanks. I could go into details and just see who they attacked. Rifle. It was a stand light tank, but it was miss. Yeah, usually they are misses. Okay, well, let's just do the easy way. See, yeah, their readiness is still 100%, so we didn't do anything. No effective damage done. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to want to move up with some kind of tank into this area, even though it's mountain, which maybe that means that one of these blue tanks is just going to have to stick around for a turn. We have pretty good support up here. I think we have, yeah, see this group right here? Can move in here. We have two tanks along the front everywhere. Let's move this Jeep back here, maybe? Yeah. And maybe I'll move this Jeep. Okay, this only costs 80, so I can actually get that scouting in as well. And there we go. All the movement forward that we did, I don't know at what point this happened. I wasn't paying attention, but now we've scouted that Soligen is actually pretty heavily occupied. Well, 4 units is not massive, but it's at least garrisoned. Okay, so we'll pull this Jeep back. Yeah, so let's put in some riflemen who will go ahead and support our advance. Hopefully absorb any kind of combat, any kind of hits. That's all these guys are for, is just absorbing hits. Don't tell them I said that, but, they're otherwise pretty useless to me. Okay, it looks like we have a unit here, which is perfect for moving in. 2 units, which are perfect for moving in. That's solid there. Yep, I think we are going to keep the 5th down here. We'll just move the 4th back up. In fact, maybe should I just keep both? Okay, this unit can move in here, which means that, yeah, my blue guys will move here. That'll be their responsibility. Actually, can he move? This is kind of an interesting question. Should I push into this hex or not? Oh, we actually see what the garrison is. It's not very strong. You know what? I think we should push in to this hex, because that's going to put pressure directly on. It could be attacked from 3 sides, though. Right now, where can I be attacked from 3 sides? Here, of course. And moving here would actually protect this one from being attacked. But then this one would be able to be attacked from 3 sides, and almost surely would be. Almost surely. Which means that they wouldn't have to retreat here. As it is, we can still attack this hex next turn, so they'll probably have to, unless they move a defensive force in here, which is not a good idea. Okay, yeah, I think we've decided. I'm going to leave my forces here. Yeah, this is actually it. If I make this call, it's definitely the call I'm making. Yep, we'll do it. I'm going to move my guys in there. Okay, so we actually have to leave some kind of defense here because they have some infantry in position, and I need to make sure I defend my artillery. So I'll move in... I think I'm just going to move in my riflemen here. This is a nice solid defense we already have. Oh, perfect stack of 100 as well. It's nice to see. Yeah, no need to attack this hex. We'll whittle it down with bombardment. In fact, I don't even know if we need to bombard it. We'll just move around it. There's no strategic value to that high mountains, and I'm sure these guys are entrenched as all hell. Yeah, 250. It's extremely entrenched. So they're very solidly in there. And really, I guess that's all I need to do for this turn. Okay, did I want to start moving some people? I guess I'm going to start moving some people out of here. In the, I don't know, hypothetical situation that I decide to cross in the north, we're just going to move some people forward. Maybe like this. Yeah, we have some other bombardments we're probably going to want to do, like this artillery here. It's going to keep cracking down at their front. This is the, just the World War I style. We just keep bombarding them and they keep bombarding us in the front. But neither person can make advances. It's really truly World War I over here. So we'll just keep up the status quo, keep bombarding them. We have a lot of units that are able to bombard actually. So this one, and we have tons of artillery here still that we can still employ. In fact, I think what I'll do is probably move some of these forward and start engaging this area. The artillery should have to move back, which means that this hex should be safe. So let's do that. Let's grab the 2 next best ones. So this is actually a yellow one, so I'm not going to move that one forward. We can move this one here and bombard here. That seems good. Might even follow that up with another one, depending on who we have left in here. Yeah, we have a 21 in here as well. Let's do that a second time. Which is good. It might even limit that unit's ability, especially this armored unit. It might limit their ability to counterattack, which is a huge advantage. Okay, now the rest of these guys, looks like we have 2 more. I thought we used... Oh my gosh, I haven't done my attack here yet. Oh yeah, I have. Of course I have. I thought... Did I forget to use all my artillery? I did. I never did a follow-up attack. Huh, wait. I'm so confused. I'm only seeing 2 grayed out artillery. And I thought that I used 3. No, I didn't. I only used 2. Okay, so things could have gone even better for us. Well, I guess that's not really possible because we killed the 3 tanks and we didn't lose any. But I forgot to do my 3rd follow-up artillery. That was really throwing me for a loop. Sorry about that. Okay, well, let's move these guys here. Could move them here as well, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to move here. And now we'll do the bombardment here with everyone. If we get lucky, we maybe... Oh, we actually... No, just caused the horses to retreat. That's not very significant. I wonder, did we do any damage to the artillery, though? A little bit, yeah. Actually, just one of them. Okay, well... Something is still better than nothing. And I guess that's probably all the artillery we have. We do have one more who is supposed to bombard here, but that's kind of a useless thing. This is a much more strategic point, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to move this one forward here instead and continue the bombardment of the forest. Oh, I saw one artillery take a hit there. We even killed a horse. That's good. And starting to mow down the submachine guns. How did that work out? Yes, this one's down to 76. Not bad. Not super significant, but something. Okay, well, I'll call this episode to a close here. That was kind of a light episode. We didn't really do much, but we're pushing the front. And I'll go ahead and make a lot of the some more adjustments. I don't really know how many more adjustments I have to do. Maybe production, shift some people. I don't know if we have any shifting to do, but I'll do whatever else is left off camera. So I can't wait for the next episode. Stay tuned. Until then, take care.